First of all, I offer my unlimited satsang dandavat pranams at the lotus feet of my Guru Padma, to the Vishnu Padastota Sati Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami, and to the Vishnu Padastota Sati Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vama Goswami, and also to Nitya Vishnu Padastota Sati Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, and to all the devotees, my dandavat pranam as per their qualification. So right now, devotees, in a beautiful manner, in an eloquent, brief manner, they have touched upon the subject matter. That how can pure devotion come into our hearts? How can this pure devotion manifest in our hearts? Like Prabhuji said with the very beautiful sloka. He gave katha of the Kapiladeva Samvad in the third canto of Bhagavatam. Mother Devahuti is asking questions to her own son, Kapiladeva. Her husband took sannyas and left. He left. And she said, you also, taking sannyas, are going. She said, give me some instructions and then go. So in truth, Bhagavan Kapiladeva gave instructions to his mother in order to give instructions to the jivas, the souls of this world, on the subject of the soul and the elements of this world. So Kapiladeva gave instructions to his mother in such a beautiful manner. Then in what manner the jiva is taking birth from the womb of the mother, and he's coming out of the womb of the mother, and how he is attaining suffering and difficulty in this world. In a very beautiful manner he told this katha. And especially BhaktiVinoda Thakur, taking this very katha, he wrote a beautiful kirtan in Bengali. When this jiva, when the living entity enters into the womb of the mother, from the body of the father he enters into the body of the mother. And at that time, how much suffering that jiva attains, just being in the womb of the mother. Therefore, BhaktiVinoda Thakur has told in his kirtan, vīrya-samvido asya, tomaro charane asi achinad boliva dukhe katha. Janani jathare chilama jakon visama bandhana vase, ek baar prabhu dekha diya more vanchil ka dinodas. Srila Sukdev Goswami Pad Parikshit Maharaj ki uhi katha shravan karaya. Srila Sukdev Goswami Pad spoke this katha to Parikshit Maharaj. That same katha that Kapiladeva told to Devahuti Mata. And then BhaktiVinoda Thakur, in an exceedingly simple manner, he described this same katha. When you forget Bhagavan, you come and you travel, you get thrown back and forth in this world. And then, bouncing from one species of life to the next, you go into the womb of the mother. One body to the next. When you're in the body of the mother, and how much severe suffering you experience. At that time, within the 7 months, the living entity in the womb is praying to Bhagavan. Hey Prabhu, how may I be taken out of this womb? And once I come out of this womb of the mother, I will perform your bhajan. See? Whether one is religious or atheistic, this is not our subject. But we keep this promise to Bhagavan that only after coming out of the womb of the mother I will perform your bhajan. But see, Bhagavan says, wait 2 more months. And after 2 months, Bhagavan himself comes into the womb of the mother and knocks us out. But see, as soon as we come out of the womb of the mother, we forget the Lord. We forget the Lord. So that a living entity who remembers the Lord in the womb of his mother, and when he comes out of the womb, he forgets his Lord. Have we forgotten or have we not forgotten? That task for which we have come. We just say that, oh, I'm content going in this world. Because in suffering, we can remember Bhagavan. In happiness, we cannot remember Bhagavan. Therefore, it is said. So, one saying is there.
When you are suffering, remember Bhagavan. While they are happiness,
So they pray to Bhagavan that, hey Bhagavan, save me from this world, save me from this suffering. So what is the cause of suffering? The root cause is that we have forgotten Bhagavan, that we have not performed bhajan in Bhagavan. Therefore, Maya Devi is giving us trouble in this world. There's no other cause, there's only one cause. Krishna boli se jiva nari bhari mukha. Attain Deha dukh. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is describing this. That forgetting Krishna, we are wandering in this material world. Therefore, Maya is giving us trouble. Therefore, BhaktiVinoda Thakur is going to describe this very thing from this Kapiladeva Samvad. So what is the solution to attain cessation of the suffering? How can we be delivered from the suffering? How can we be freed? There's only one solution. Satāṁ prasaṅgāt mama vīrya-samvido bhavanty hṛtkārṇa-rasāyana-kathāḥ tajosanatāsu apavargavartvani Devahuti a very beautiful verse. Bhagavan Kapiladeva is telling one very glorious sloka to his mother. Satāṁ prasaṅgān mama vīrya-samvido. He is saying, hey mom, hey mother. The topmost association for the jiva is called satsanga. Satāṁ prasaṅgān mama vīrya-samvido. My katha, you should always sit in the satsanga and hear my katha. By continuously associating with sadhus, then our heart can become changed, can be transformed. Only the sadhu can change our heart. One who is not a sadhu cannot change our life. The first Satāṁ prasaṅgān. So in that manner, they perform bhajan. On the manner that they travel along this path, we have to travel this path in the same manner. Therefore, it is said that Sadhu-sanga, sarva shastrika, lava-matra sadhu-sange, sarva siddhi hoy. Lava-matra sadhu-sanga. Even a very brief moment, if one performs sadhu-sanga, then sarva siddhi, he attains prema for the Lord. So then hear the word sadhu, which is said. In his commentaries, Vishwanath Thakur has told about so many different types of sadhu. Karmi sadhu, jnani sadhu, yogi sadhu, bhakta sadhu. And amongst the bhakta sadhus, so many different types. Especially Sanatana Goswami has told about 5 different types of sadhan and 5 different types of bhakta, devotee. One is called jnana-bhakta. Second is called Shuddha-bhakta. Third is called prema-bhakta. Fourth is called premapara-bhakta. And the fifth is called premapara-bhakta. So, upon this I will speak a few words. When Jnana-bhakta was told for Prahlad Maharaj, Srila Goswami Pad described in Laghu Bhagavatamritam, Jnana-bhakta. Shuddha Bhakta has been told as Ambarish Maharaj. Premi Bhakta has been told as Hanumanji. Premi Bhakta has been told as the Pandavas. And Premapara-bhakta has been told as Uddhava. So something is missing. The Vrajavasis name is also coming. Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad in Brihad Bhagavatamritam, describing the 5 types of devotees, in the end he is describing the top, the crest jewel of all of the devotees are the Vrajavasis. And the topmost amongst those Vrajavasis, if one may be taken, then the name of the gopis comes in. And amongst those gopis, the topmost devotee is Srimati Radharani. So in this manner, until we don't perform Sadhu-sanga, then we cannot attain sarva-siddhi, or this topmost prema. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has described in an even more beautiful manner. Bhagavath Parshad, Bhagavan's eternal associates. So Bhagavath Parshad Deha Prapta. That means one who is an eternal associate of the Lord. If we attain the association of one who is an eternal associate of the Lord, then that's all, you don't have to ask anything more.
Bhagavat, Parshad.
So 3 types are also being told: Bhagavat, Parshad, Deha, Prapta. The Nirduta Kashaya, whose heart, in whose heart not any type of material aspiration remains, completely free. That is called Nirduta Kashaya, that type of devotee. These are Sanskrit terms. What does Kashaya mean? It means in the heart, there's not even a scent of any type of material desire. Like the example is given of Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami. Upon taking birth, as soon as he took birth from his mother's womb, he just darted into the forest that Maya should not touch me. So Sutta Goswami, etc. are singing his glories in the Bhagavatam. A very beautiful sloka they spoke. So he's not ordinary. Such a devotee is called Nirduta Kashaya, that type of sadhu. And the third? Murchita Kashaya. Murchita Kashaya, the purport of this is that material desires are just not there. But they keep a sattvic bhav in their heart. So that's what's called Murchita Kashaya. And the example is when Narad Rishi took birth as the son of a maidservant. The example is given of Narad Muni. Because you can't give any ordinary example. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is describing how Narad Rishi, he told his history to Vyasadeva. How did I attain Bhagavan? How did Bhagavan give his darshan to me? So at that time, Narad Rishi told his previous life history that in my previous birth, I took birth as the son of a maidservant. So at that time, I was only a 5-year-old child. And at the time of Chaturmasya, the 4 months of Chaturmasya, those are the names of the 4 months, Shravan, Bhadra, Asu, and Kartik. So these 4 months are called Chaturmasya. And the saints, the Mahatmas, they don't travel during that time. They sit at one time and they perform their bhajan, their sadhana. And at that very time, these saints, they came to our village. And my mother would always go to serve these saints. And with my mother, I would go there. So I went there with my mother. And being a small 5-year-old boy, I even served the saints a little bit. Like giving some water for washing their plates. Or giving some, or cleaning their achaman cups. And I heard Harikatha from the mouths of the saints. So, whether one understands or does not understand, if you simply sit near to a saint, then we will have nothing but benefit from that. That is the influence of the association of these saints. The effect of Sadhu-sanga, the influence of Satsanga, which is seen. Just go and sit where the saints are present and just see how your heart changes, how your heart is transformed. In your heart, all these types of anarthas, these unwanted habits, these will just go away of their own accord. In Bhagavatam, which grant did I say? Bhagavatam. The glories of Satsanga. The glories of Sadhu-sanga, what do we know? It's showing such the great influence of Sadhu-sanga. So Narad Rishi is saying that, look, I sat there. And I was a 5-year-old boy. How will he understand the skatha of the saints? But I sat there and I listened so eagerly. And the result of that was that these saints, they became so pleased with me and they provided me with a mantra. They gave me a mantra. And I began to chant that mantra. I didn't want to leave the saints, but when the 4 months were ended, my mother took me with her. And I cried that my mother has become an obstacle to my performing satsanga. I want to go with these saints, but because she has so much affection to me, my mother is forcefully taking me with her, and I cried. So I prayed to Bhagavan, Prabhu, how may I sit near to the saints? And Bhagavan, one day he heard my katha, heard my words. And one day in the evening, my mother went to milk the cows. And at that time, one black serpent bit my mother, and my mother left her body. So then I just resided where the saints. And that, those remnants of the saints, Prasad, in Bhagavath it is described. Taking the remnants of the saints, I became so wealthy, in whose heart from whose heart this prema became awakened in my heart. So just by residing there with the saints, my heart was completely transformed. And I began to wander everywhere. And wandering in that manner, such eagerness arose in my heart to have darshan of my Prabhu. One day I was praying to Prabhu, Prabhu, you give me darshan, give me your darshan. One day Bhagavan himself, like lightning, just miraculously suddenly he gave me darshan, holding these 4 paraphernalia in his hands. So he completely fainted. Because in the darshan of Bhagavan, so much bliss is there that in that bliss one faints. In that bliss one faints. So he just saying, I don't know how long I was fainted like that. But then again I prayed to the Lord, Prabhu, kindly give me darshan of your form. And at that time, an aerial voice spoke that Narad, until you leave, until you cannot leave this body that you are currently in. And until you don't attain your Shuddha-srira, your spiritual body, then you will not have my darshan. So when Bhagavan's this order was given, then I began waiting. But in my mind, one thought came, that I am alone. So it's not nice to... okay, so I will go and remain alone in the forest. This came in my mind. In this manner, I began to spend my days. And after that, when my prarabdha karma came and I left my body, and when I arrived at the abode of the Lord in my spiritual body and attained the Lord, so by this katha, we can understand that the jiva has his glorious eternal spiritual form. Some people preach incorrectly. What do they preach incorrectly? They say, whatever type of sangha you do, that type of state you will attain. But that is not complete. That has been told for worldly qualities. Like if you see one rotten potato, if you leave it with some potatoes that are not rotten, however many potatoes are there with it, they will all become rotten. It's like that, no? So this jiva, this living entity, he has his Shuddha Swarup, his pure spiritual form. And performing bhajan, this spiritual form will become developed. It will awaken. Jiva Goswami told 5 types of seed. Like, take for example, the seed of the mango tree, the seed of neem, and tamarind, imli, the seed of tamarind. Take bitter melon, the seed of bitter melon. And on one shore of the Ganga, plant all these seeds. So they all have the same water, they all have the same air, they all have the same dirt, the soil. But from the seed of the mango, will bitter melon come? No. Mango will come. From the seed of neem, what will come? Only neem will come. From the seed of Kerala, only Kerala will grow. Not that from the Kerala seed, mango tree will come out. So in this very manner, the jiva has his nitya swarup, his eternal swarup. That's what it's saying. Nitya siddha Krishna prem sadhu kabunai. Shavanadi shura chitte karo. So by hearing Shavanadi, this eternal swarup of the jiva will become prakashat, it will become manifest. So Narad Muni, he took this association of the saints. Dhruv Maharaj, he also had association. Prahlad Maharaj also had association. Okay, sorry. Narad was giving all of these personalities his association. The Pandavas also got Narad association. The gopis also got Narad association. But they're all not the same category of devotee. And Uddhav, you must have heard the name of Uddhav. He is the eternal associate of Bhagavan in Mathura. So coming to Braj, seeing the Madhurya Bhav, the mood of the Brajagopis, until today still, in order to attain that mood, he is just on the other side of Kusam Sarovar. There's one kund called Uddhav Kund. He is performing severe austerity, and still he has not attained this gopi bhav, this mood of the gopis. And the Pandavas, taking the form of trees, they're residing at just right upon Radha Kund. They're performing severe austerity there. Because it is seen here that whomever has what type of Svarup, eternal spiritual form, that will only be manifested. That's why it's saying, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhika Bunai Shavanadi Shuddha Chitte Karay Udai. What you have in that conception of that soul, that will only manifest. What is there in that soul, in its potentiality, will only manifest by why the glories of Satsanga told? Because continually performing Satsanga, that potentiality which is in the heart of the Jiva, which is in the Jiva, Atma, that will be manifested. So this is the desire of our Guru Parampara, of our Gurudev. And this Granth of Shamaranitiri, Svarupa, this Svarup of the Jiva, Grantha, this Granth has a special glory, because there all this evidence is given. And all of the words of our Guru Vargas, she kept a quotation from all of our Guru Vargas there. Therefore, you cannot argue against that. She's giving so many quotations from our acharyas. So by Svarupa, the constitutional position of the Jiva is the servant of Krishna. Das means sevak, it means servant. But servant in what ras, in what mellow? Someone is in sakyaras, friendship, one of vatsalya, a parenthood, one of madhurya ras, of the beloved. So the seva vritti is seen, the propensity of service. So, Satāṁ, prasaṅgān, vīrya-samvido. So sitting in such Sadhu-sanga, hear this madhurya katha. Therefore, Satāṁ, prasaṅgān, vīrya-samvido. Bhavanty hṛtkārṇa-rasāyana-kathāḥ. What type of katha should you hear? Hrit and karna, that heart and the ear, it gives bliss to both of these. hṛtkārṇa-rasāyana-kathāḥ. That katha gives bliss to both the heart and the ears. What is the meaning of this? It means we should hear tattva siddhanta, and at the same time we should hear rasa siddhanta. If you only hear tattva and you don't hear ras, then you will not have the complete picture. So when the river flows, the bank which is along the river, both the banks, both the shores of the river move along with the river. That river which flows, It's got two shores, the two banks of the river. They both are there. What is the purport of this? Means one is rasa siddhanta and one is tattva siddhanta. If we only take tattva, then you will go into the gyan marg. And if you only take rasa, you leave aside tattva, then you will become sahajya or brahmavadi. You will start saying aham brahmasmi. Therefore, the Gaudiya Tattva Siddhanta that Jiva Goswami has written, this has been called the foundation of our bhajan, of our Gaudiya bhajan. And this Rasa Siddhanta, that is on top of this foundation, this palace that is being built. However many floors you want to build in this palace. If the Tattva Siddhanta is not proper, and you just want to build a palace of ras without that foundation, then just a small breeze will come along and it will completely knock over your palace. In that very same manner, along with Tattva Siddhanta, Rasa Siddhanta, we need to also take this Rasa Siddhanta. So, Satāṁ prasaṅgān mama vīrya-samvido. Satāṁ prasaṅgān mama vīrya-samvido. Bhavanty hṛtkārṇa-rasāyana-kathāḥ. Hit means heart. Karna means the ears. So may you provide me with thousands of ears so that I may hear this katha sitting in the Sadhu-sanga. Taj-doshanat. Ashwa-bhavara-gavat-mani. In this manner, by hearing continually, gradually these anarthas and unwanted habits will leave us. And then upon the heart, the consciousness becoming completely purified, we will attain to bhava-bhakti and then ultimately prema-bhakti. So, sadhan-bhakti, and after that, bhava-bhakti, and after that, prema-bhakti comes. So, sadhan-bhakti, as Prabhuji has told, Prabhuji told, Shraddha. From Shraddha until we get to Asakti, this is called Sadhan Bhakti. What is that? Sadhan Bhakti. From Shraddha, faith, to Asakti, deep attachment, it is called Sadhan Bhakti. Asakti. The 7 stages are called Sadhan Bhakti. And after this Sadhan Bhakti, when the chitta, the heart, becomes completely purified, at that time Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Sriyam So that time the eternal associates of Bhagavan, one ray of that bhav which is situated in their hearts, that will enter to us. And at that time, the chitta becomes so purified, so spotless, and it becomes completely like melted. Ruchi. So at that time, hearing the katha of Bhagavan, there is so much bliss. Ruchi, so much tasteful. Hearing the katha, so much bliss is attained. At that time, Samvit and Hladini will come and Karibut. So there's more katha here, but we're not going in this direction. That how does the bhav manifest in the heart of the sadhak? Shuddha sattva vishesh atma prema suryam samvibhak jivis tadmasi nikrid aso bhav ujate. So this is where bhav bhakti. Bhav is not attained by any sadhan, it is attained by mercy. When the mercy of the Lord is manifest in one's heart, bhav bhakti is attained. And after this, then after bhav bhakti, prema is arisen. Such as Rupa Goswami Pad has described Sadhu-sanga bhajana kriya. He's also telling about prema bhakti. In this very manner, is much sadhu-sanga as we perform. Performing sadhu-sanga continuously, that potential which is in our heart, that becomes developed, it becomes manifest. Such as Mahaprabhu himself has told Rupa Goswami in wandering in this material world, a greatly fortunate spirit soul, by the mercy of Gurudev, attains the Bhakti Lata beach, the seed of Bhakti, of the Bhakti Lata. And what is that seed? What is that seed? It is the desire to serve Sri Krishna. Krishna Seva Vasana, that aspiration to serve Krishna. So this Krishna Seva Vasana is arises in the heart. And regularly putting water on the seed, when the seed sprouts, and it gradually begins to grow. In that very same manner, we have to give Shravan Kirtan. What type of water do we have to give? What is the water? It is Shravan and Kirtan, so hearing and chanting. So, sitting in Satsanga, there you hear and chant. Shravan Kirtan Jale Karaho Chinchan. So however much Harikatha we hear, however much Harikatha we hear, to that degree our Bhakti Lata will become nourished, and it will go forward. And increasing, growing, where will it go? Brahmanda Bhedi. It will bust through out of this material universe. It will cross us all. It will cross Brahmalok. It will cross Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka. It will cross all of them and arrive in Goloka Vrindavan. See? But what does the sadhak do? The sadhak puts water on the seed every day. That means sitting in Sadhu-sanga, hearing and chanting. So if the sadhak is sitting here and that fruit is becoming ripened there in Goloka Vrindavan, then that gardener who is watering that seed, that plant, he will acquire that fruit. So however many sadhans have been told in Shastra, in the scriptures, the topmost sadhan is Sadhu-sanga, is sitting in Sadhu-sanga and performing Nam Kirtan, etc. So if we also look at the 5 different types of sadhus, jnana-bhakta, shuddha-bhakta, premapara-bhakta, prema-bhakta,
prematur
prematur-bhakta.
और prematur भक्त की भी prematur भक्त से उद्धव कर लिए गए और फिर आगे समस्त भक्त के मुकुट
So then,
के रूप में
all the,
Vrajavasis,
even beyond that, all the devotees who have told us the crushed jewel of all devotees, the Vrajavasis, and then of the Vrajavasis, the gopis Radharani. Of that bhav, one ray of that may just enter into our heart. That thing for which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to distribute to the jivas of this world. Anadpitam chatim charat karunaya vīrya-samvido kalo samarapaitum unatadashvalavasam savaktishriyam hari-purat-sundara dutikadam sadipita sadak raikandare spuratu sachi Sachinandan Gaurhari mercifully he is providing us with this sweetness of this mood. He may manifest this in our heart. So this is very confidential katha, that which our Rupa Goswami Pad has described. That Narottam Das Thakur is speaking this pranam mantra at the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stavitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Radhi Sva Paragantikam. So, in this manner, at the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, we are praying in the same way that Narottam Das Thakur and others are praying. That all of the heart's desires of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the manner that Rupa Goswami fulfilled all of those, in the same way may this mood arise in our hearts, that under the guidance of Srila Goswami and others in the other mandirs, we may attain the service of Srimati Radhika.